ASEAN leaders meeting in Singapore have shrugged off international pressure and have taken a hands-off approach to the thorny issue of member state Burma's human rights violations. A scheduled briefing to ASEAN by UN's Burma envoy, Ibrahim Gambari, was cancelled after Burma objected. The group's handling of the controversy has overshadowed the summit's other agenda items, which include an economic blueprint to create an EU-style free trade bloc and a new ASEAN charter.
In Singapore for ASEAN's 13th summit, the leaders of the 10 member nations from Southeast Asia. In this round, ASEAN is set to form an EU-style economic bloc and has signed a landmark charter which will eventually include a review of the region's human rights. But ASEAN has been under mounting international pressure to rein in member state Burma, or Myanmar, over its human rights violations. But ASEAN did not bow to that pressure.
The ASEAN leaders agreed that ASEAN would respect Myanmar's wishes and make way for Myanmar to deal directly with the UN and the international community on its own. ASEAN stands ready to play a role whenever Myanmar wants it to do so.
This non-confrontational hands-off response to the thorny issue of Burma has overshadowed the Singapore summit. A briefing to the conference by UN Burma envoy Ibrahim Gambari on the crisis, due to be given tomorrow, was cancelled after objections from Burma's Prime Minister. While the EU is imposing fresh trade sanctions on the regime, it was all smiles at ASEAN with the junta's leader in Singapore. The US says ASEAN's credibility is at stake over its handling of the Burma crisis, and as a result has ruled out any free trade deal between ASEAN and the US in the near term. Australia's Foreign Minister says he'll raise reform in Burma at this week's ASEAN Plus 6 meeting, also known as the East Asia Summit.
And I hope through the process of this meeting that we'll be able to make those points pretty clearly. After all, the Burmese Prime Minister will be there and he'll be able to hear what we all have to say.
The 10-nation ASEAN bloc accounts for about 1/6 of the world's population. Jenny Lavelle, World News Australia.